Hey, you want to see something really scary?
You bet.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, this is really, really scary now.
I trust you.
About racism, anti-blackness, or violence. I will use my voice in the most uplifting way possible. And do everything in my power to educate my community. I will love my black neighbors the same as my white ones.
Y'all are really some dumb motherfuckers. Now,
listen carefully to what I said. America is racist. This, and I'm embarrassed that it's taken me 25 years to realize this. It is not enough to be not racist. You have to be anti-racist.
Yes.
y'all are really some dumb motherfuckers. Now let's hear from Trump. Now, Trump kept it real. And the reason I'm gonna salute Trump, because I was watching to see how Trump respond. That's why I've been up for 3 days. Because I was seeing if Trump was going give me a bad sign. And I said, damn, if Hillary Clinton would have been in the office, that bitch would have blamed all of this shit that the police been doing. Huh? All of this shit that these let me not say the police. All of this shit that the deep state police been doing. All of this shit that these George Soros agents been doing. All of this shit that her Goonies been doing. She would have blamed that shit on us. But Donald Trump didn't do that. He said it's Antifa and the radical left. Don't lay the blame on others. Do you know who the radical left is? Democrats, liberals.
Listen carefully to what I said. America is racist.
It was. He called it like it was. And the reason that that's important is because if he would have blamed it on everybody, then he would have gave an excuse for martial law. Now watch this. Watch this. Crossing state lines to incite violence is a federal crime. Liberal governors and mayors must get much tougher or the federal government will step in and do what has to be done. And that includes using the unlimited power of our military to make many arrests. Thank you. And so that being said, these liberal Democrat governors, such as this nigga right here, the mayor of Minneapolis, Minnesota, is allowing the city to be destroyed by outsiders. Look at this. 80% of rioters in Minneapolis last night were from out of state. They are harming businesses, especially Black African-American small businesses, homes, and the community of good, hardworking Minneapolis residents who want peace, equality, and to provide for their family. Hillary Clinton wouldn't have said that.
If you're white, if you look like me, use your privilege. And for those who do not think white privilege exists, you are fucking blind. You are delusional and you are part of the problem.
If you fellas excuse me, I gotta use the phone, man. Enjoy your meal, guys.
This helps. Wait a minute. Let me give y'all the story. I don't want y'all to think I'm saying fuck the police. I'm not. Hear me clear. They put these deep state motherfuckers in law enforcement to incite and instigate violence and mistrust between the citizens and law enforcement. And then they're going to use that to create riots like they just did. And then they're going to use the riots to enact martial law. And then they're going to use martial law to bring in the new world order. So it's not fuck all of the police. You have to realize the police have been infiltrated. And they're saying white supremacists. It's not white supremacists. It's Freemasons. The Ku Klux Klan is a Freemasonic. They're the gangsters for the Freemason regime. And then when you catch them, the Freemasons never get caught because it looks like, oh, another racist white person just killed another black person. No, these Freemasons are killing motherfuckers in order to make the public upset. So that way we get mad enough to riot and they bring in martial law. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Now, if you don't believe me, look at the police tearing their own shit up.
If you're white, If you look like me, use your privilege.
You know, I think the idea of white privilege is absolutely reprehensible. And it's not because white people aren't privileged. You know, we have all sorts of privileges, and most people have privileges of all sorts, and you should be grateful for your privileges and work to deserve them, I would say. But the idea that you can target an ethnic group with a collective crime, regardless of the specific innocence or guilt of the constituent elements of that group, there is absolutely nothing that's more racist than that. It's absolutely abhorrent. I can't... Yeah. I mean, if you really want to know more about that sort of thing, you should read about the kulaks in the Soviet Union in the 1920s, K-U-L-A-K-S, because they were farmers who were very productive. They were the most productive element of the agricultural strata in Russia, and they were virtually all killed or raped and robbed by the collectivists, who insisted that because they showed signs of wealth, they were criminals and robbers. So, and one of the consequences of the prosecution of the kulaks was the death of 6 million Ukrainians from a famine in the 1930s. The idea of collectively held guilt at the level of the individual as a legal or philosophical principle is dangerous. It's precisely the sort of danger that people who are really looking for trouble would push. So, and just a cursory glance at 20th century history should teach anyone who wants to know exactly how unacceptable that is.
America is racist.
Help! That works good.
Now here is more George Soros flunkies, right? Because what black people was not understanding, they like, oh, white people is destroying shit. It's not even us. No, it's not white people, motherfucker. It's agents. Look at this. Look. Now these the same motherfuckers that keep randomly finding bricks. Watch this. Now this is a white woman, and she's yelling, "Are you the police?" Because don't nobody know who the fuck these people are. And she's yelling, "Are you the police?" Mind you, the only thing that's saving us now is that we got social media and cameras. Could you imagine if we wasn't able to film this shit? Do y'all know how many years they've been doing this shit? Starting riots and then blaming us and taking away our constitutional rights. But
the buying into the narrative that America broadly writ is guilty for the sins of people like Derek Chauvin, that every one of those instances can be broadened out and blamed on American hierarchies of power, is a trope that has a predictable endpoint, and the predictable endpoint is the disintegration of the country.
Listen carefully to what I said. America is racist.
Y'all are really some dumb motherfuckers. Now,
thank you all for attending. It is in more than interesting proposition that America is institutionally racist. And before I address the narrative, the emotion, the misconceptions, the misused facts or badly applied facts that have been put out here tonight, I'd like to start with a simple quote. There is a class of colored people who make a business of keeping the troubles, the wrongs, and the hardships of the Negro race before the public. Some of these people do not want the Negro to lose his grievances because they do not want to lose their jobs. There is a certain class of race problem solvers who don't want the patient to get well. That was said by Booker T. Washington.
So why does 50 Cent feel that he should be the president? Then you got Snoop Dogg talking about he agrees. Snoop Dogg is talking about fuck Trump. And so why is these two niggas trying to push us to fuck with Cuomo? Why? I'll tell you why. Because more than likely, them niggas is deep state. And I fuck with Fifth. Y'all know I love Fifth. I've been calling myself Pharaoh Cent forever, for like 5 years. But fuck that. Because if you against the people, nigga, you gotta go. And like I said, I don't know. I'm not in that nigga 50 house. But nigga, I now question 50 Cent. And I don't give a fuck if that's 50 Cent. That's my nigga. And it breaks my heart to say that. But nigga, we must rise. Then here go Don Lemon, right? On CNN calling for Oprah and Ellen DeGeneres to speak out. So we see the Democratic deep state party. When black people are upset, you call upon your selected puppet leaders that you placed in their communities to mislead them once again. Watch this.
Kids are doing the right thing. And by me calling out your name, that doesn't mean I'm calling you out. It means I love you, Ellen.
See?
I love you, Oprah. And
Ellen, Oprah. So we see it time and time again. Now they're going to go get 50. They're going to go get Snoop. They're going to go get Ellen and Oprah to tell us what to do. And the reason that I said I'm starting with the same slide that I ended with is because all of this shit was a PSYOP. Yes, it was. And the COVID-19 shit didn't work. Bill Gates failed. So next in line was George Soros. And the governors and the mayors, most likely 80% of them are deep state.
Things accurately or the protests accurately?
No. What I think is that the mainstream media is helping propel this voice, which is very, very skewed from reality. Okay, because the mainstream media can help them look at things from that perspective. Why don't you start at home? Bring the numbers to their attention. Here are the numbers. They don't lie. African Americans kill each other more than anything. These are numbers. How about you start the change at home? How about that? Why does it take a white person to kill a black person for them to come out, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world? How about that? Why don't nobody bring that perspective to their face? Is it ignorance? What is it? Is it deceit? What are they trying to achieve? This is common sense. You want to change? Start the change at home. Common sense. You don't need to be a nuclear physician to get it's easy. Start the change at home. Period. And let the mainstream media tell them the things the way they are. Hey, yeah, we agree with you. Violence is wrong. In any way, on any surface of the earth, violence is wrong. But there's more violence in your own communities. What do you do about that? Are you going to come change violence at the White House? Come on, give us a break. The idea is to create a group of people who feel oppressed, okay? Because if the more they feel oppressed, the more they're going to look for some kind of equalization. Nobody's oppressed in America. Look, I'm a foreigner. First of all Americans, we're all foreigners, okay? If I'm hardworking, America is a country. Why do you think the entire world wants to come to our country? Okay? Everybody wants to come to America and they want to pretend we're oppressed. I am not oppressed. I'm black. I'm not oppressed. I have a master's in healthcare administration. Okay, I'm going to be working for a federal agency. I am not oppressed. No black in America. I don't feel oppressed. I'll tell you that. If you're driven, you're going to accomplish what you want to accomplish. We're in the country of the free.
America is racist.
Help! That works good.
Okay, and let the mainstream media stop trying to forcing on people to accept that they're oppressed. I am not oppressed. I am black. I am not oppressed. Okay, trying to make some people feel oppressed is just to weaken them. That's the bottom line. You want to make this group of black people feel that they're weak and that there's some power on top of them. No one is oppressing nobody.
America is racist.